The Galactic Xenobiology Auditorium fell silent as Professor Kreldar activated the audio system. His 6 eyes blinked in sequence as he addressed the class of mixed-species students. "Today, we study apex predators of death worlds," the Vrelian professor announced, his translator rendering his clicks and whistles into standard. "We begin with recordings from Earth, classification, Death World Tier 7. The first sound that emanated from the speakers was a deep, resonating roar that made most students recoil. The Zentari delegation huddled together, their feathers puffing in alarm. Even the usually stoic Graxians shifted uncomfortably in their seats. All except one. Jake Morrison, the only human in the class, sat calmly in the back row, his pen tapping idly against his datapad. He looked mildly interested, nothing more. "That," Professor Kreldar said gravely, "is what Earth natives call a lion. Note the threat display meant to paralyze prey with." "Actually, Professor," Jake interrupted, raising his hand, "that's a male establishing territory. They're pretty chill unless you're actively bothering them." The professor's eye stalk swiveled toward the human. "Mr. Morrison, these creatures weigh over 200 kilograms and possess fangs designed to crush." "Yeah, about 400 pounds for a big male," Jake nodded. "My uncle hit one with his truck once in Montana. Totaled the Ford, but the lion just kinda limped off." A collective gasp rippled through the classroom. The professor cleared his throat and played the next sound, a bone-chilling series of whoops and cackles that made several students clutch their desks. "The hyena," Kreldar intoned. "Pack hunters with jaw strength capable of crushing bone. Their hunting calls have been known to." Jake chuckled. "Oh man, those guys are hilarious. We used to watch documentaries about them. Did you know they're actually super smart? And the females are in charge. Total matriarchy." "Hilarious," squeaked a small Pishin student, her voice translator barely working through her fear. "That sound is nightmare fuel." "Really?" Jake looked genuinely surprised. "I mean, they're definitely efficient hunters, but they're also scavengers. Smart survivors. Gotta respect that." Professor Kreldar was beginning to look flustered, his chromatic skin shifting to an orange hue that indicated irritation. He played the next recording, a deep, guttural growl that built into an aggressive snarl. "The grizzly bear," he declared. "One of Earth's most dangerous." "That's a black bear, actually," Jake corrected gently. "You can tell by the pitch. Grizzlies sound more, I don't know, grumbly. Black bears are everywhere back home. You just make noise when you're hiking, maybe carry bear spray. They're more scared of you than." "Scared?" A Thalaxian student stood up, his antennae rigid with disbelief. "That creature outmasses you 5-1. "Sure, but they mostly just want berries and fish," Jake shrugged. "Now, if it's got cubs, that's different. Then you're in trouble. But usually, just back away slowly, don't run, and you're fine." The professor's skin had progressed to a deep purple. He scrolled through his files with increasing desperation and selected one labeled, "Extreme Danger, Teacher Discretion Advised." A new sound filled the room, a haunting, high-pitched scream that seemed to come from everywhere at once. It was primal, terrifying, the kind of sound that triggered instincts coded into DNA over millions of years of evolution. Students dove under their desks. One Vrelian fainted. The Zentari were frantically trying to open the emergency exit. And Jake Morrison burst out laughing. "Oh my God," he wheezed, clutching his sides. "That's just a cougar. A mountain lion." "Just?" Professor Kreldar's voice cracked. "That is the mating call of a predator that hunts prey twice its size. A creature that can leap 12 meters and—" Yeah, they're impressive," Jake said, wiping his eyes. "But Professor, that's literally a sound we play to prank each other. You know how many viral videos there are of people freaking out when they hear that? It's like a rite of passage where I grew up. You hear that sound while camping, you just grab a flashlight and make sure it's not too close to the tents. You camp, near these things? The small Pishin looked like she might pass out. Well, they were there first, Jake reasoned. It's their home. We're just visiting. Besides, cougar attacks are super rare. You're more likely to die from a deer collision or a bee sting. Professor Kreldar slowly lowered himself into his chair, his skin cycling through colors that suggested complete bewilderment. Mr. Morrison, he said carefully, your planet is classified as one of the most hostile environments in the known galaxy. Nearly every landmass contains creatures that could kill an average sentient being. Your oceans are filled with creatures that could swallow most species whole. Your weather patterns are categorized as extreme. And yet you speak of these apex predators as though they are minor inconveniences. Jake thought about it for a moment. I mean, when you put it that way, it sounds bad. But it's just home, you know. You learn what to do and what not to do. Don't swim where the sharks hunt. Don't leave food out for bears. Make noise in cougar country. Check your boots for scorpions in the desert. It's just common sense. A Graxian in the front row spoke up, his voice modulator conveying genuine curiosity. What does scare you, human? Surely something on your world triggers your fear response. Jake's expression grew serious. Oh yeah, definitely. Canada geese during nesting season. Those things are pure evil. The professor pulled up an image of a Canada goose on the holodisplay, a rather ordinary-looking waterfowl. This? Kreldar's eye stalks drooped in defeat. This is what frightens you. Have you ever been chased by one? They're relentless. And mean. My cousin has a scar from one that attacked him at a park. He was 6. 6. And this demon bird just decided he was the enemy. The class stared at Jake in collective disbelief. That day, Professor Kreldar updated his course notes. Next to the human species entry, he added, recommend psychological evaluation. Possible species-wide danger assessment malfunction. Further study needed. Also, investigate earth waterfowl. Jake Morrison, for his part, went back to his dorm and video called his little sister back home. You won't believe what happened in xenobiology today, he laughed. In the background of the call, something that sounded suspiciously like a cougar screamed. Oh, that's just the Henderson's cat in heat again, Jake's sister said casually. Professor Kreldar, monitoring the call as part of his research, decided he needed a very long vacation.